Well, guys, welcome to Downtown Melo. You're listening to the Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio, live from Dubai for Wednesday, June 10th, 2020, delivering some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, on Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or the iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Tuesday's Bill and Ted Face the Music trailer shows that the titular time travelers, who are now in their 50s, still haven't written the song they would prophesize to create to unite the universe. Lifelong friends and notorious slackers, Bill S. Preston Esquire, played by Alex Winter, and Ted Theodore Logan, played by Keanu Reeves, are seen in the minute-long preview discussing whether they should travel in their magical phone booth to the future where they have already written the song and bring it back to the present. Along the way, they are confronted by muscle-bound versions of themselves in prison. The alternative Bill asks, "How do you like your song?" Original Ted replies, "It's a little on the dark side, but it's cool." Galaxy Quest director Dean Nguyen helmed the film, which is slated to open in theaters on August 21st. It follows 1989's Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure and 1991's Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. Freedom Riders and the Murder of Emmett Till documentarian Stanley Nelson is working on a nonfiction project called Attica for Showtime Documentary Films. Set to debut in 2021, Attica is about the 5-day prisoner uprising in upstate New York in 1971, which ended when New York State troopers and local police stormed the prison to regain control. The incident left 43 people dead. Showtime said in the press release that Dr. Heather Ann Thompson, the Pulitzer Prize of Bancroft Prize-winning author of Blood in the Water, the Attica Prison Uprising of 1971, and its legacy, will serve as the documentary's lead historian consultant. Nelson said, "Attica is a film I've been itching to make for a very long time. It's a dramatic story with so many great voices that have not been heard. The uprising and its aftermath shaped the present in ways I think will be surprising to an audience. I'm thrilled to be partnering with Showtime on this project." The cable network said the film will examine the inmates' demands for recognition of their humanity at the culmination of a moment where racial justice activists embraced prison rights as an extension for their fight for civil rights. The project was announced as thousands of people have been taking to the streets for more than a week in a nationwide and worldwide protest following the death of George Floyd, a black man, at the hands of a white police officer in Minneapolis. The long-running TV show Cops, one of the first shows to expose an American audience to law enforcement in the field, has been canceled by the Paramount Network after 32 seasons. The network removed the show from its schedule amid protests sparked by the police killing of George Floyd. Now the network has announced it's fully dropping the reality show, which shows police chasing down and apprehending suspects, kicking in front doors, and arresting people, often pursues suspects in high-speed chase. Officers would sometimes coerce suspects into signing releases to be filmed, according to a podcast called Running from Cops. A network spokesperson said, according to the Hollywood Reporter, Cops is not on the Paramount Network, and we don't have any current or further plans for it to return. Cops, which debuted in 1989, had one of the longest runs in American television history and sparked a number of similar programs. The show faced criticism over the years from those who said the program glorified police aggression and profited from suspects' misfortunes. In 2013, the civil rights group Color of Change began a campaign urging Fox to not renew the show and called on advertisers to withdraw support. In a series of tweets on Tuesday evening, the group applauded the decision to cancel the show. Risha Michelle, the organizer, as vice president and chief of campaign, said Crime TV plays a significant role in advancing distorted representations of crime, justice, race, and gender within culture, and #Cops led the way, pushing troubling implications for generations of viewers. Other policing shows have also recently come under fire. The A&E Network pulled last week's episode of Live PD, which also follows officers in real time, though the show has not yet canceled outright. In March 2019, Javier Amler, a black man, was killed in Austin as the live PD cameras were rolling. The 40-year-old postal worker and father of two had his brights on while driving home after a poker game. Cops ran on the Fox network for 25 years until 2013, when Viacom-owned Spike TV picked it up. The show remained on the air after Spike was rebranded as the Paramount Network in 2018. The sketch comedy series Little Britain has been removed from the BBC's iPlayer service, Netflix, and BritBox due to its use of blackface. A spokesperson for the BBC told Variety on Tuesday there's a lot of historical programming available on BBC iPlayer, which we regularly review. Times have changed since Little Britain first aired, so it is not currently available on BBC iPlayer. Little Britain aired on BBC for 3 seasons in 2003. The show stars Matt Lucas and David Williams, who also penned the series. Netflix removed Little Britain on Friday, and 2010's airport mockumentary Come Fly With Me, also from Lucas and Wallace. Lucas and Williams, both white, would portray characters from different ethnic backgrounds on Little Britain using makeup. Williams, in full blackface, portrayed a black woman named Desiree DeVere. Williams, in Come Fly With Me, portrayed a black cafe worker named Precious Little. NineNine star Terry Crews says current events will affect the show's next season. The 51-year-old actor said on Monday's episode of Late Night with Seth Meyers that the cast has had somber talks since George Floyd's death and the ongoing protests against police brutality. Crews plays Sergeant Terry Jeffords on NBC's Brooklyn Nine-Nine, which follows a group of New York Police Department detectives in Brooklyn's fictional 99 precinct. In November, the series was renewed for season 8. Crews said recent events will definitely affect the new season. Crews said of the Brooklyn Nine-Nine cast, we actually all got on a Zoom call just the other day because of what's happening in this country. We were witnessing so many just abuse of power. He added, we had some somber talks and some really eye-opening conversations about how to handle this new season. Brooklyn Nine-Nine co-creator Dan Gore, stars Stephanie Beatrice and other cast members, donated $100,000 last week to the National Bail Fund Network, which helps people who cannot afford bail and advocate for justice system reform. Gore tweeted at the time, the cast and showrunners of Brooklyn Nine-Nine condemned the murder of George Floyd and support the many people who are protesting police brutality nationally. On Late Night, Crews also reacted to NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell saying the league was wrong for not listening to players earlier about racial injustice. Crews said, it was the same feeling I felt when I saw President Barack Obama's inauguration. I thought I would never see this. Crews previously played football for the Los Angeles Rams, the San Diego Chargers, and the Washington Redskins. MTV is cutting ties with the Challenger Total Manliness star Dee Nguyen following her offensive tweets about Black Lives Matter. The network announced the news on the show's official Twitter account Monday. MTV says as a result of Dee Nguyen's offensive comments on the Black Lives Matter movement, we have severed ties with her. Out of respect of our challengers, we will air our season as planned. The network added, we strongly condemn systematic racism and stand with those raising their voices against injustice. Nguyen faced backlash after posting a black square as a show of solidarity with the black community, but then sharing selfies. She was criticized for a since-delete tweet posted Saturday. Nguyen wrote, I don't know why some of you think I'm anti-Black Lives Matter. I've been saying that since the day I lost my virginity. Nguyen apologized in an Instagram post Tuesday and said that she's taking a break from social media to focus on her well-being. The star wrote, the last 24 hours has made me realize what is important, and that is forgiveness. I would like to offer my sincere apologies to my colleagues to whom I've hurt directly and indirectly due to my intensive remarks. She said, let me be clear, I am a POC that cares about BLM. I believe in this movement, and I'm stepping away from my social media to focus on my well-being and mental health. Nguyen previously competed in the Challenger War of the Worlds and War of the Worlds 2. Total Madness premiered in April and airs on Wednesdays on MTV. Porsha Williams said she was first smacked in the face with racism as a 6-year-old. The 38-year-old television personality who stars on Real Housewives of Atlanta shared her experience during Monday's episode of Watch What Happens Live. Williams is the granddaughter of the late civil rights activist Hosea Williams. Williams said she was attending a protest with her grandfather as a girl when the group was confronted by the KKK. She recalled, I was here in Georgia. We get out there and I'm excited again, innocent, singing the songs We Shall Overcome, etc. I was smacked in the face with racism. She said we came across the Ku Klux Klan who decided they were going to protest our protest. They threw rocks at us. I actually got hit with one. Williams says the KKK chased a group of protesters back to the bus they had arrived on. She said they chased us back to the bus and called us the N-word and any other thing you can imagine the KKK would be calling us. Williams said she has since come to feel empowered by the experience. She says, I was out there at such a young age with my grandfather because Forsyth County is really racist. They actually had driven out all the African Americans who lived there over the years. We're going there to say no. We need to bring black people back in here. Williams said she dealt with racism in the years since and handles it in her own way. After the show, Williams and fellow guest W. Kamau Bell urged people to follow through on their promises to learn and affect change in the wake of George Floyd's death. Williams says, don't just go black and just go silent after this. Keep continuing to make that voice be heard. Williams also encouraged people, especially social media influencers, to amplify black voice. She says everybody's on social media. Believe it or not, just you posting about a black business or just a black person that you admire, a black poet, writer, whatever, it means a lot and it travels. Daniel Radcliffe has a message for J.K. Rowling following her controversial remarks about transgender women. Radcliffe, who played the title character in the films based on Rowling's Harry Potter book series, apologized to fans Monday after Rowling appeared to make anti-trans remarks on Twitter. In an open letter to the Trevor Project website, Radcliffe voiced his support for transgender and non-binary people. He wrote, transgender women are women. Any statement to the contrary erases the identity and dignity of transgender people and goes against all advice given by professional health care associations who have far more expertise on this subject matter than either Joe or I. Radcliffe apologized to those who feel their experience with the Harry Potter books is tarnished or diminished by Rowling's remarks. The actor wrote, I'm deeply sorry for the pain these comments have caused you. I really hope that you don't entirely lose what was valuable in these stories to you. If these books taught you that love is the strongest force in the universe, capable of overcoming anything, if they taught you that strength is found in diversity and that dogmatic ideas of pureness leads to the oppression of the vulnerable groups, if you believe that a particular character is trans, non-binary, or gender fluid, or that they are gay or bisexual, if you found anything in these stories that resonates with you and helped you at any time in your life, then that is between you and the book that you read, and it's sacred. On Saturday, Rowling was accused of being anti-trans after she took issues with the wording of a headline from an article, Opinion, Create a More Equal Post-COVID-19 World for People Who Menstruate. She tweeted in response, people who menstruate, I'm sure there used to be a word for those people. Somebody help me out. Wumpin, Woodmund. Rowling defended her remarks in a series of subsequent posts. The author said, I know and I love trans people, but erasing the concept of sex removes the ability of many to meaningfully discuss their lives. It isn't hate to speak the truth. She added, the idea that women like me, who've been empathetic to trans people for decades, feel kinship because they're vulnerable in the same way as women, for example, to male violence, hate trans people because they think sex is real and has lived consequences, is a nonsense. Rowling was previously criticized for supporting a researcher who was fired due to transphobic tweets. Animator Nick Kondo announced on Twitter that production has begun on the cartoon adventure Spiderman Into the SpiderVerse 2. Kondo tweeted, first day on the job Monday, along with the animated image of what it looks like a graffiti-style Arknight, and the date 2022, which is then the film is expected to open in theaters. Joaquim Dos Santos is directing the project. Most of the original film's voice cast, including Shamik Moore as the web singer, also known in this universe as Miles Morales, is expected to return. The movie is a sequel to 2018's blockbuster Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, which introduced the idea of different people stopping crimes as Spider-Man in different dimensions. Most film and television productions have been shut down since March, as people were ordered to stay home in an effort to slow the spread of the coronavirus. The pandemic has prompted many artists to work remotely or broadcast from their homes. The Primavera Sound Barcelona 2021 will feature headlining performances from The Strokes and Tyler, the Creator. Organizers announced a full lineup on the annual music festival Tuesday on Twitter. The post reads, "This is it, Primavera Sound 2021 Barcelona lineup. The 2021 festival will take place June 2nd to the 6th in Barcelona, Spain. Full festival tickets are available now, with date tickets to go on sale Thursday 11 a.m. local time. Tame Impala will headline the June 3rd show with Massive Attack, Pavement, Charlie XCX, Fig of Twigs, Iggy Pop, and other artists to perform. The Strokes will perform June 4th along with The National, Beck, Doja Cat, and other acts. Tyler, the Creator, will take the stage June 5th with the Gorillaz, Bad Bunny, Disclosure, Georgia Smith, Bauhaus, and Chromatics, and other artists to perform. The Primavera Sound was to celebrate its 20th anniversary during this year's festival. The 2020 festival was to take place in June, but was postponed in March to late August due to the coronavirus pandemic. The festival was subsequently delayed to 2021. And finally, Jason Isbell and the 400 Unit are going on tour in 2021. The 41-year-old singer and his band will perform a series of North American shows with special guest Lucinda Williams next summer. The tour begins July 19th in Vancouver, British Columbia, and ends August 8th in Austin, Texas. Tickets will be on sale now. Williams shared details about the tour Monday on Twitter. She wrote, "Who's ready?" Isbell released his 7th studio album, Reunions, in May. The album features the singles Be Afraid, What I've Done to Help, and Only Children. Williams released the album Good Souls, Better Angels in April. The album featured the song Man Without a Soul, a critique at President Donald Trump. And that is your entertainment report for Wednesday, June 10th, 2020. I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. I'll be back tomorrow to deliver some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo. That's RAYMELO. On Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app. Search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Good night, and God bless you all.